And welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Lost Podcast of Titan, a father and son journey through the sci-fi series that united our generations once upon a time in the rosy-tinted hue of nostalgia. But the scales have fallen from our eyes, and the horrible truth has bestowed upon us. Inexorably, Gene Roddenberry is a hack. I don't know how this worked. It worked. This is one of the defining moments of our universe where you know how every possibility shifts into a new timeline. This is the rare one in a billion fucking chance that Star Trek actually worked, and I'm kind of curious what the other universes are like where Star Trek wasn't a thing. Like what's the sci-fi du jour of Earth 616? You know?
Oh, I know it doesn't help, but I do remember how life was like before Star Trek,
Yeah,
and
it wasn't in color, right?
uh, it had just started being in color, Mister Smarty. But I remember when it used to be a big thing when the TV shows would announce, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea in color.
Da-da-da. No, I mean color just in general, like in all of life.
That would be someone in the early mid '60s
But
when the great change occurred.
when the great change. But so like, what if
That
what
would
if
make an interesting plot. Yeah.
it's been done?
Oh,
You haven't seen that movie?
no.
It's I think it's called Pleasantville, or hold on.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking
Okay, yeah,
about.
like it's really fucking pretentious. But anyway,
It is.
so okay, so let's. This is a good thought. We were really excited about this episode, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a good thought experiment. What would be the big hit then that spawned 1,000 franchises and kind of set the mood for some sci-fi? Because I really don't. I really shudder to think of the horror that would come about if Lost in Space was the best sci-fi series of all time.
Oh dear. Uh, well,
Or maybe we have
you
a
would have
revival of Flash Gordon.
no. You don't want a revival of the television series attempt at making Flash Gordon.
Why not? It
Have
could
you
be good.
seen? Have you seen Flash Gordon TV series from the early '50s?
Have you seen the Batman series from the 1950s? And now, have you seen Batman the Animated Series? And can you tell me that we can't have a good Flash Gordon?
We can have a good Flash Gordon. The last time they tried to bring Flash Gordon to television, it was so politically incorrect. I mean, it was so politically correct and scrubbed up that it lost all of its interesting parts.
When the fuck did they do this?
This was back during the it's either late '70s or early 1980s. Filmation. They
Oh,
spent a lot of
I'm not
time.
talking about Filmation. Like Filmation, you know, threw $50 at an animator and gave a homeless person a stick of chewing gum to do the dialogue. Okay, I'm talking about an actual attempt here.
Well, it was an actual attempt. They actually went to the trouble of kind of trying to spruce up their animation and such. This was an attempt to cash in on the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, make it good instead. You know, make it so
Well,
that Gordon's alive.
we'll bring out the
No,
bullworms.
not the bullworms. What the fuck?
What?
Apparently there was another Flash Gordon animation. What the fuck is this?
Well, I have never seen
My follow-up
that.
to Superman, a traditionally animated. Oh, it's a fan film. No wonder it might be actually be good. All right, that doesn't count. I was like,
Yeah, there
holy
you
crap,
go.
this is actually good. Oh wait, no, it's fans who did this. And I'm looking at this filmation shit.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the awesomeness of the animation here.
Well, compared to other Filmation productions.
So instead of $50, they gave it 75 and a free lunch coupon from Arby's.
They validated the parking.
Validated the parking. We. Okay, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome back to Star Trek. But I do kid a little bit. Well, I actually do have some hopes for this episode. It has a good premise, and I think I kind of remember this. It says,
and it has our old friend Diana Muldaur in the cast.
Yep. The episode is there in truth no beauty? So go ahead and pull this up on your favorite physical media or streaming service while you give us a pause and come back to us when you're ready. And welcome back. We'll go ahead and get this started in 3, 2, 1, play.
And someone's hand goes up. Wait, what about Tolkien?
Oh, fuck Tolkien. And fuck Lewis Carroll, too. That bullshit Lion the Witch of the Wardrobe where the lion fucking comes back just like, hi, I'm Jesus. By the way, Jesus, have I told you about Jesus? I'm really obviously an analogy for Jesus. Or an analog.
That was C.S. Lewis, not Lewis Carroll.
So, whatever. Too many Louis. You should have stuck to the screw tape letters. He was more interesting when he was an atheist. There, I said it. What the fuck are you doing here? Oh, he was the transporter guy, I guess. Okay. I thought Scotty had met weren't they around during the construction of the Enterprise?
I don't think so. I know Scotty had served on Federation ships before the Enterprise.
Da-da-dun.
It would have been nice if they'd had everything go 3D when he had the glasses on.
Oh, no. But how would they have the TV? Like, you'd have to go to a movie theater. Also, what exactly do these glasses do?
Apparently, they're supposed to filter out the insane-causing effects of exposure to the Medusa.
But I thought it was because the Medusa was so ugly.
New from Star Trek Collectibles, Alien in a Box.
That must have been like the easiest prop and everything. They want a what? A box? What are we going to put in the box? We're not going to show it. Really? Well, damn, this might take a whole afternoon.
Let me see what this...
Like, apparently in Pulp Fiction, there was just a light bulb in the suitcase.
Or in the back of the car in Repo Man.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear the fan theory that it's actually Marcellus Wallace's soul in the suitcase?
No, but that's interesting.
Oh, God. Yeah, there's like a whole thing where, I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino, so things are kind of weird to begin with. But it explains how condensed everything is, where everyone keeps interacting with everyone else. Because they're in purgatory, and that's actually Marcellus Wallace's soul.
Well, I just did a quick looky-loo, and apparently, according to canon, the Medusans are just supposed to be so physically hideous that the site drives intelligent creatures insane. And so I really don't understand why the visor would make any difference, unless, of course, it produces the same effect like you see in shows like Cops and stuff, where you put the visor on and people's faces automatically blur out.
Oh, Lord, there was a good Black Mirror episode along that premise where basically you have the ability to censor out what you don't want.
Oh.
And, it was so fucking good. Like, a lot of Black Mirror is actually good.
I'll have to look for that particular episode. If you can remember the name, let me know.
Yeah, I could give you like a list of top 5 Black Mirrors, really, if you just want to go through some of the ones that are really good rather than the ones that are just good.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, like, the Vulcans. So this is basically making it canon that no Vulcan is free of emotions. That no Vulcan has pure logic, etc., etc.
Well, it makes the point that not even the Vulcan mental discipline can filter out the effects of the Medusans.
Uh huh. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's a thought. So we have it established here that the Medusans are so hideous that they can shatter the self-control of a Vulcan through their ugliness. Does this work in the opposite direction? Can there be a hottie so hot that it shatters the self-control of Vulcans? And how does Christine Chapel emulate that?
I'm trying to Stupefying Jones, a character in the Little Abner comic strip. She was apparently so extremely beautiful that anything remotely male immediately had intense lust for her.
Mm-hmm. Harumph.
I never have seen fan versions of that visor show. I would think that would be an easy item to create and market.
I think so, yeah. And they would market everything else.
Yeah.
And of course, there was that fucking helmet that they marketed, the Star Trek helmet that wasn't in any episode whatsoever, with the
Right.
like the siren on the top. I never, whatever.
I think it started out as something else, and then when Star Trek came along, they remarketed it under that name.
Yeah.
Now, according to the Starfleet Medical Manual, which I have a copy of,
Yeah.
the Medusan is supposed to not exactly be totally physical, but some kind of living radiation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what causes the problem. So this was before the Federation contacted Beta Z, apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
She says that she was born a telepath and had to study on Vulcan. So I was concluding, apparently this is before the Federation discovered
The beta?
telepathic people on Beta Z.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
He's trying to keep him going. Bleh! Wouldn't it be neat if she suddenly disappeared in a flash of light?
No, it would not. Oh,
Please.
Jim, stop. Oh, Jesus. She's going to be on the ship for only a couple of days.
Really?
Oh, where's Kolos? Why doesn't he get invited to the dinner?
Uh, he, uh, oh,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. So she is a human and she is a telepath.
yes.
And so this is the second time this has been mentioned, whereas it was in the first. I mean, so the second pilot, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That some humans have ESP ability.
But we don't mention this at any point in time in the other series that I'm aware of. Like, you
I
think
know.
a telepath would be an immense benefit? No.
Yeah, this is the first appearance of the Idic. Was Tam Elbram in the episode Tin Man a human, or was he born somewhere else?
He was actually a Betazoid? I think he was a Betazoid. He was just like an incredibly gifted one. Tan Ebron?
Elbran.
Elbron. Tin Man. Star Trek Alpha. Here we go, Memory Alpha. Da-da-da. He's a Betazoid, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember that because he was talking to somebody, and they were questioning, like, why are you the way you are? And he explained that he was much more sensitive than all the other Betazoids. So, whereas they heard the gentle, loving murmur of the civilization as a whole, he heard just nothing but screams.
Yeah.
And again, we have another episode where we meet an advanced construct, the Tin Man, with technology and knowledge far beyond the Federation, and it just poofs, and we never reference it again.
Hear from it again, exactly.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like wait, was it? What was the Tranya? Who were those people again?
The First Federation.
The First Federation. We don't hear about them, except in the Apocrypha.
I know. That's like I said. If I was doing a series like this, of course, knowing what I know now, I would keep track of references and such in succeeding episodes so that we can cross-reference. But the fans certainly pick up on these things more than the producers and writers of the show.
It's because those aren't the fans. That's what I like about Babylon 5. I really like Babylon 5, ladies and gentlemen. It's what I like about Babylon 5 is that they were talking about, like the first ones. They were rare. They were powerful. They were mysterious. You meet them only a few times throughout the entire series, but they are wrapped up. Like, they show up when they are... Spoilers. They show up when they are needed at the end of Season 4 for the giant battle, and then they all just hightail it out of the galaxy. Holy Jesus, they're all just decked out.
Yeah, it's a formal dinner. I'm going to lock the door.
Calm down. Spock needs a water Fritz bottle. Like, psst, psst.
No, but they made a point a little while earlier in the dinner. They're upset about the fact that Miranda is going to try and professional relationship with a creature that they say is so physically horrible it drives people crazy, and they're disturbed by it. And I said, what? They haven't encountered races that are just too ugly to work around?
Seriously. I mean, we had the what were the silicon creatures from Devil in the Dark?
The Horta.
The Horta. Yeah. I mean, those were very unsettling, even for being like, a little rubber costume with the guy wiggling underneath it. And one of them ends up being a Starfleet officer.
Yeah, I mean, the Horta are definitely, in fact, deadlier, in my opinion, than the Medusans. But humans apparently managed to adjust to working around them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the attitude.
Yeah. I wonder if McCoy puts in his file, like, I like the captain. He's a good captain, but he's kind of rapey and kind of stalkery.
That would make an interesting short story series or something, from the private files of Dr. McCoy.
Like, he's actually honest. He does respect and admire Spock, etc., etc. He's fascinated by the human-Vulcan hybrid.
He just likes to jerk Spock's chain.
Yeah. Or he jerks Spock's chain to remind him of his human side, because he can pick up on the subtle human nuance whenever he does it. Spock can get annoyed.
Ah, okay.
So this doofus is actually in love with her, and he's upset that she's with the ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry, drop it.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, the audience has been spared most of that.
Not really.
Now, if you're going to embarrass yourself like that,
Really. Also, okay. She is very lovely. I will
She
fully
is.
admit she is very, very lovely. There are other women.
Really? Uh, you can get into trouble for that, I think.
No, no, no. Remember, this is, you know, the captain wanted it, and I can't say no to the captain. This is that era.
Oh. There you go.
I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Where are they going?
She's going to the Medusan homeworld
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
to do research. The Federation is hoping to be able to adapt the Medusan warp technology to Federation starships,
Mm.
which is something else that has never been mentioned. I think.
Oh, Jesus. Simp. Simp.
Really?
Although it is comforting to know that even in the glory days of the 23rd century and in the 1960s, there are still and always shall be simps.
Yeah.
Oh. Ah. Da-na. Da-na. Da-da. Dramatic music. Suspense. Dramatic music.
I've seen some technical manuals and stuff which suggest that they eventually do come up with placing Medusans on Federation starships just in specially sealed chambers.
Mm-hmm.
This is where some nice Tolkien prose would come in handy.
No, it wouldn't.
The three-lobed eye! The many-sided geometries! Ah!
You're thinking of Lovecraft.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
I think about Tolkien, and I'm like, no, fuck Tolkien.
Yeah, in Tolkien we'd have several pages of a song about elves.
Yeah, exactly. A bad song at that. None of the okay. Oh wait, hold on. The only good songs came from the Basky films, or not the animated 1970s.
DePatie Freeling films.
Yes. What funny little, and they're always the goblin and orc songs. It's what funny little birds, and when there's a whip, there's a way.
No, but I wanted to say, your mama and I went to Dragon Con when the Lord of the Ring films were in production.
Right.
The Lord of the Ring panels. Oh my God, the fuss that was raised because Jackson didn't put all the songs into the movies.
He also didn't put Tom fucking Bombadil, so fuck that shit. Like, some things can be cut, and with Tolkien, that's a lot of it.
That would have been interesting, during the film. Where are we? We're in the realm of Tom fucking Bombadil. It says so on the map.
Now, there were some songs in The Hobbit which were actually pretty good. I mean the movie, not the actual book. What the fuck?
Scotty wanted Marvick to have a chance at handling the control.
Why? Okay, why did you wait for that? Just be like,
I mean,
red
you could
alert,
have just
please.
yeah, red alert. Restrain Larry Marvick.
Holy crap! This is a bad fight scene.
Yeah, because Madness is heavily featured in this episode, they decided to play with a lot of bizarre camera angles, and frankly, I don't think it worked as well as they hoped it would.
Dun-dun.
And apparently, fooling around with the engineering controls can send the ship in a different path.
It's always weird to me where they can make change. Like I understand that's probably with the starship you want to have multiple areas where you can control it. Like they even reference auxiliary control in a few
Yeah.
episodes. Help!
Guys, the warp drive.
How about transporter to bridge to transporter, lock on to Lawrence Marvick and beam him into the brig.
How about someone with a stun phaser going into engineering right now? Unless Marvick. Okay, there we go. Anybody have a phaser? It's got phasers.
Why aren't we phasering him? What the absolute fuck? Oh, okay. They're going towards the edge of the universe or something like that.
Well, not sort of, but actually, Marvick has sent him into a previously unknown, different universe.
And also, we now have an instance where, in a moment of madness, a designer of the Enterprise pushed its engines to well past the theoretical limit. It's still in one piece. They're going to go back eventually because, spoiler alert, they survive at the end of the episode. And no one actually just said, hey, what were those buttons he pushed? What were those levers he pulled?
This kind of happens early on in the first season of Star Trek The Next Generation, where some idiot comes on board the Enterprise saying he's got a new warp theory, and he's been given permission to experiment with the Enterprise's engines, and they end up in some sort of bizarre universe, not unlike this one.
Also, why? I mean, you would think Starfleet would just simply have, here is our testing ship, where you can fuck with the warp engines. It is literally just the engines, hull, life support. You know, because we're not going to risk
an engine test bed.
Yeah, exactly.
David Frankham, who is our
here we go. There we go.
Yeah, who's our panicking guy here.
Yeah.
He's been in various television episodes, including an episode of The Outer Limits, Nightmare, and he was also in Don't Open Till Doomsday.
Oh shit! Is it
Wait,
the?
if they can still move, then is it really derelict?
I don't know, but they could be in the Botsman's void,
Oh,
which terrifies me. Like every time I find an article, I'll peek at it, and I'm like, nope, I'm out. Mm-mm. All I need now is a few decades later, I read another article on it, and they say, oh, by the way, it's also expanding. No, no, thank you. Although I need to check the status of that one star that might have a partial Dyson sphere around it.
yes, I always enjoy hearing about that.
Yeah, especially when they're like, "Oh, it could be X, Y, and Z." No, no, no. It's like the fucking bloop. No, it was not ice falling off of ice sheath. Oh, fuck off.
Chekhov just can't win for losing in this season.
Oh, really? Actually, now that I think about it, Sulu and Chekhov have been pulled back a little bit. Chekhov had a few episodes where he was part of the away team, etc., etc. Sulu was bouncing around in season one, but he was gone in
Yeah,
most of season two. And now they're just like, eh.
I think there was some conflict over that issue.
Yeah, I do remember that Chekhov was kind of upset that he wasn't given more prominent roles in Star Trek's 1 through 3. And then Harlan Ellison hurt his feelings. Like, oh, fuck.
Well, how would you like to have been yelled at by Ellison?
He wasn't yelled at. It was what was the issue? So Walter Koenig had similar views of how the first three movies were received as Harlan Ellison, and he was hoping for a more positive review on the voyage home because he had a more prominent part, and Ellison just basically panned the whole movie because it's Ellison. And it hurt his feelings so bad. He's like, well, go fuck yourself then. I'm like, God damn, no. I think they reconciled, though, so there's that.
Now here, Kirk has said he's going to try and distract Miranda Jones while Spock makes his attempt to mind meld with the Medusan. You can imagine where his thoughts are going.
Why exactly do we have to distract Miranda?
Because she won't allow Spock to mind meld with Kolos.
I thought that wasn't her right. Like, what exactly is she going to do?
Spock wants to mind meld with Kolos so that Kolos can use his native navigational skills to guide the Enterprise out of that universe they're in.
Oh, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, they tell her we're going to have Spock mind meld with Kolos. What can she do to stop them?
She can stamp her pretty little feet and pout and protest and
Right,
bitch.
exactly.
You'll see it in just a little bit.
Is it a powerful and impressive pout and stamping of the feet?
Not really. Not from Diana Muldaur. You would need something like Fran Drescher or
Rah. I like Fran Dresser though.
oh.
Listen. She had her show, and she was like, what if Roseanne was actually smart enough in business to get a piece of her own show? Like, she did that. So all props to her and for how many seasons she made it. Like, she's living high and pretty, doesn't have to work another day in her life.
For which I'm grateful. Oh, yeah. Come on back with a snarky comment, Mr. Helena Bottom Carter needs to get her hair washed.
Well, does she?
I haven't had any problem with her hair. Even in Planet of the Apes. Actually, that's a nice point.
Yeah, but you insulted me anyway.
So I'm going to walk away from you.
Dun,
This
dun.
business with having a Medusan on board gave them an excuse not to use so many people.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
You can do better than that.
The writing has really fallen off with this season. Holy shit.
Well, Gene Lisette Arrowest would come back and do another episode for this season, so you might want to get used to it.
Dun, dun, dun. Wait, that was weird. That was the text said a sighted person.
Yeah, she's blind.
Oh, well. Oh, I thought he said the psychic. Okay.
Oh.
Damn.
I mean, they'll let Jodie LaForge with that visor.
Hold the fuck on. I understand
Okay,
Kirk. I understand Kirk is like, oh, that's why clothes can't hurt you. But the way he sounded at first is like, this is why I wasn't able to seduce her. She didn't see my rugged charm, my boyish grin. Yes.
No, she was scanning the hell out of your body. But I would think that by then, wouldn't they have found a way for sightless people to pilot starships and such like that and operate equipment such as that? Are all the races in the Federation and beyond capable of vision?
I don't know.
I would think not.
But the ships are mostly designed for human-like. And of course, we have the bullshit from the Next Generation where most of the major races were offshoots of this one all-powerful, all-benevolent, all-knowing race.
Yeah, that's true, which I think was
which was never brought up a fucking again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then come with me to my quarters. I'm glad we finally... Oh, wait, you mean... Oh, well, damn it.
Okay. I thought we were gonna, do the dance of the double-gilled armadillo, or
The Devil's Tango.
couldn't they have done that in the beginning instead of all this evacuate the corridors bit?
Or just simply, that's a good point. Or how about just beam Kolos directly into his room?
That's a good idea.
Well, we're fucked. Might as well find a planet. Start making babies. We'll be here a while. Fascinating.
Notice he doesn't go into detail.
Really. Huh. Oh dear.
Nimoy put a lot of interesting emphasis in the way he delivered that line.
Mm-hmm. So the Medusans are going to be able to pilot the ship, etc., etc., without any real issues with the technology they already have. But again, this isn't brought up at any other point.
I know. We can presume that, say, in the next generation and so forth and so on, the Federation starships are working with the advantage of Medusan technology.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have heard a line or something referencing that.
Or some flaw that they mentioned, like the glory heady days where we had the transwarp speeds until we found some sort of, like, they tried to reference this in that one episode where going through warp speed basically was tearing up the space
Oh,
time.
please.
What?
That was a load of horse apples.
Listen, they were trying
I
to make a point, and it could have been a
and
reason that they can't do transwarp. And also, I think they resolved it anyway. So,
well, they seemed to ignore it pretty much after that, except for one reference in a later episode. The Federation had given the Enterprise permission to go beyond warp so and so to accomplish this particular mission. That was really undramatic.
mm-hmm.
Says a guy who lives in a box.
Oh, we gotta have an end of episode monologue.
Well, not quite. We still got a little ways to go.
Really? Hold on.
Yeah, apparently it's
Holy
been
crap.
a while since you've. Apparently it's been a while since you've seen this.
It's been years. It may have been decades, to be honest.
I wonder why. I mean, he seems to be handling it so far.
Well, everyone says that until the Vulcan starts raping every female on the ship.
Yeah.
But he's really a Romulan spy anyway, so, you know.
Well.
Just like his father. It's a deep cover. And there's probably fan fiction of that anyway. Are you telling me Spock actually forgot?
Well, there'll be some argument on that a little later on.
And he moves.
Yeah. I am not Spock, I am Zool.
Oh, and we're back to the weird camera angles.
Yeah.
Boom! Pow! Push!
See, we needed some of that from the Batman TV series, the big sound effect cards.
No, we don't.
Oh, all these people, and now he gets a phaser out and shoots Spock. And doesn't anyone think about the Medusan? Who's with us saying, you know, hey, back here? Well, this kind of gives a nice reason to have Beta Z counselors on starships later on.
Who did absolutely nothing.
Well,
Like, I could count on one hand how many times Deanna Troi was actually counseling someone. And, you know, most of the time she's like eating chocolate depressed or on the bridge going, I think this Romulan is hiding something. Really, Deanna, you don't say.
no, the Robin's just happy to see us.
I sense hostility from these Klingons, Captain. Oh, really? Wow. I am so lucky to have you on my bridge. I sense feelings of unbridled lust from Commander Riker. Well, yes, of course. Naturally.
Who doesn't? Or what doesn't?
See, the boss answer would have been, I'm helping him along.
Hmm. Yeah, actually, this is a nice little subplot here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, nice move there, bringing up Colos's feelings in regards to the matter. I would have gone ahead and had Kolos moved into the sick bay if it was just going to be her and Spock.
Seriously. And she starts choking him.
I think she makes too sudden a change in personality here. That should have had to sink in like maybe another day or so. And of course, these camera shifts aren't helping matters much.
And where's Nurse Chapel?
That's a good question. I don't think we've seen her all episode.
I mean, you think she'd be all over this?
Or all over him, but
Well, but I mean, imagine Kolos' reaction to seeing Nurse Chapel. Dun, 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 dun.
interesting that the Medusan ship has viewports.
And then they're going to get married. Oh, fuck off. She's not going to sleep with you. Her body only belongs to Kolos.
Well, it might actually be an ecstatically pleasant experience for a
I'm
human.
sure. I'm sure. Also, I'm amused. There's no actual handlebars on the box. They have to use that magnet lift thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, why are we putting on the glasses?
Because they're worried about Colossus radiation or something leaking out during transport. But you'll notice,
There's only one pair of glasses, and Kirk was in the room.
yes, right, and someone picked up on that and wrote a piece of fan fiction, a story called "A Rose for Miranda." Although I can't imagine Kirk having made that kind of mistake.
Boo, Gene, boo. Hiss, boo. Okay, anyway. Oh, that was so much better than the children shall fucking lead. Oh. Oh, so good. It's like a saltine. It's like a saltine cracker after a week-long fast.
I'll give this episode a B plus.
I'll give it a B. It's a solid B. Although I was surprised at just how many. Well, this isn't mentioned again at any other point in time in Star Trek.
Yes. God, we could practically write a whole book about that, and I imagine someone has.
Oh, the dangling plot threads of Star Trek. Like, if this actually had happened in the way it happened in this episode, this has major ramifications.
I think there are some YouTube videos to that effect.
Probably. The top 10 hanging threads. Yeah. Probably number one's going to be the fucking parasite takeover in season 1. Top 10 dangling plot threads. Star Trek. There we go. Okay. 10 details you missed. Oh. 11 questions. Who should return? No. That's weird. I'm glad they think.
Share your information with the rest of us.
Well, I'm glad they think I have an interest in dangling questions from Star Trek Picard that I give not single shit about. But I tried just Googling top 10 dangling plot threads Star Trek, and here we go. 11 episode details missed in the measure of the man. No, that's not. No, fuck off. You think this would be? I could just put that in, and I would get a whole bounty full of episodes. But maybe that could be one of our talkie episodes. We could
That's
we could
possible.
come up with plot threads.
Yes.
So like what? Like 5 plot threads each of. So what would be the premise? It has to be something that has been mentioned. That has giant ramifications. Never mentioned more than a few times in the rest of the series. Apocrypha doesn't count. And how it would basically alter the entirety of Star Trek franchise.
Well, I know where you'd go.
Salt Vampire, yes.
Well, no, actually, I was thinking bread and circuses.
Oh, well, there's that, yes. We have Jesus walking around, or having been walking around before he was killed.
You're going, Jesus, it's Jesus.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, there's something we can do, yeah. Oh. Let's see. Maybe I'll just go to YouTube and try just typing that in. 10 dangling plot threads Star Trek. 8 dropped Star Trek plots that we'll never get answers to. Here we go.
Yeah.
Do we have a... What do we got? Oh, this is it's a What Culture channel, so... let's see... Alternative assignment Earth. What happened to the children in Miri's planet? Okay. They brought that up. The first Federation, they brought that up. Okay.
Yeah.
The Kelvins by any other name?
Yeah.
That's
Invaders
right.
from Andromeda.
That's right. The whales from Star Trek 4. Why didn't we see more of the Gorn? Because they're an expensive costume, basically. And...
Well, in retrospect, they did reference Space Sea when they did the second Star Trek film, resulting in one of the better Star Trek films. So
yeah, but I feel that's resolved.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like the example would have been, in Space Seed, we marooned Khan on this planet and with his people. They never spoke about it again. Wouldn't it be cool if they had a movie where, Khan comes back to seek vengeance on Kirk? And basically we've just described Wrath of Khan. So that would be basically the premise.
Yeah.
Okay. But, so yeah.
All these other, super telepathic races or something that the Enterprise encountered, and they were never referenced again.
Or the fact that the Federation has humans that are telepathic, which was never referenced again.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. But anyway, we will go ahead and let you go, ladies and gentlemen, and hope y'all enjoyed the episode.
And you take care and behave.
Bye-bye.